6 million South African women and young girls who menstruate, 7.7 million, that's about 35%, do not have access to menstrual products. Today we're going to be diving into a conversation that's not just only about menstrual health or hygiene. We're going to talk about dignity, confidence, and what are the solutions. Hi everyone, my name is Nokumuka4Impact, and I'm an impact strategist. So I work with corporates that are very forthcoming with working with the community. I'm here with two beautiful ladies, Khumo Maake and Christabel Maruping. They will tell you a bit more about who they are and what it is that they do.
Hi everyone, my name is Khumo Maake. I am the co-founder of Her Path Network. Our organization was formed because of a simple goal, but it's also urgent: empowering women and young adolescent girls by ending period poverty using the She Power Menstrual Cup. We want to ensure that young adolescent girls actually go to school and not let period poverty be their barrier to education. We want to change the world. We want to invest in our future leaders. That's why we're starting with our young girls in rural communities. Let's dignify them and let's give them the right path to succeed.
Hi everyone, my name is Christabel Maruping, the founder of AILA Reusable Sanitary Pads. We manufacture sustainable sanitary pads that can maintain a young girl for a period of 5 years. So with this, we are saying we're sustaining the livelihood of the young girls so that we keep them at school. So most of them, in the absence of their sanitary products, they are unable to go to school. So with this, we are saying join us so that we are able to make a sustainable impact to the livelihood of the young girls.
So I partnered with these beautiful women on a campaign called Chasing Waterfalls for Dignity. And the reason behind that is that I believe in paying it forward. So I'm turning 40 this year and I want to leave something. I want to impart some knowledge to young girls to make better informed decisions about their lives. And I believe that it starts here, understanding who they are and who they want to be in the future. And that is why we are doing a drive where we are collecting reusable menstrual pads and cups through Hype.
In the movement,
let's chase
Waterfalls for dignity.
So Khumo, please just walk us through how one would actually use the menstrual cup.
Okay, so firstly you need to sterilize it with boiling water.
Why boiling water? Like, can't I use normal cold water?
It's a normal sterilization option. So instead of using soap, you would use boiling water.
Oh.
So you just pour it into an old container, nothing that you're actually currently using, and then you just leave it for 5 minutes, and that's how it sterilizes itself.
Okay, so tell me here, I see the water level is not like a full to the brim per se. So can I use like minimal water? Is it convenient for people that don't have access to water?
Definitely, because we're trying to be economically friendly. So what you would need is literally 4 tablespoons of boiling water.
Wow, just 4.
We're trying to save the environment and the world, so yeah.
Yes, no, definitely. So how would we insert it? Like, I know there's different types of folds.
Yes.
Maybe you can just demonstrate for us.
Okay, so let's say our 5 minutes is up. Then you just take the cup out. So you need to wait for it to cool down a bit, because I wouldn't suggest that you put it in immediately after sterilizing. You could wait for like 1 minute so that it doesn't give you any burns.
Makes
But
sense.
it's more comfortable to use it a minute after sterilizing it because it's softer. You'll realize it's softer. You can feel it.
No, definitely.
I'm sure you know from experience. So there are different types of folds, right?
Yes.
This is my favorite one, which is the push down.
Okay.
The smaller the hole, the better. And then we have the C fold.
Okay. Down.
Now this is how you would insert the cup, right? Push down method. This is your uterus for those who don't know, and then this is your cervix. So the longer the cervix, the cervix, the bigger the size of the menstrual cup. So you'd have to relax your muscles, obviously, and you can insert it while standing with your leg up. And you need to make sure that it pops on the inside, and yeah, it's that easy.
So because I use the product myself, I think I struggled a bit in terms of insertion, and I had to find my own rhythm and comfortability around it. What I found easy now is actually doing a full-on squat to actually insert it. And that works well for me. Like literally, I just squat, put it in, feel around if it's comfortable. If it's not sitting well, adjust it, and then I'm good to go.
Remember, if it feels uncomfortable, it means that it was not inserted properly. Yes, you will feel it. It's silicone based, medically graded, but you will feel like you have something inside of you, but it won't be uncomfortable.
Yes.
So,
No, Bona, this is a game changer. Sportswomen, us hikers, this is it for us.
especially for swimmers, because remember, they get a lot of pressure down there when they're swimming. So, like for example, your tampons wouldn't be a really like great solution, unlike the silicone, because remember, tampons have cotton and all of those things that soak up liquid. So imagine when you're swimming. So this would be like the viable solution, and it lasts up to 10 years.
Besides the 10 years, which is an add-on, I think the fact that you can actually stay with it for about 12 hours before you actually change it. I mean, that is a classic for me. Like literally what I do, I'll insert it in the morning, and then I'll insert it, take it out and insert it back on later on in the night, and that's my routine.
And sometimes you can forget about it. But also remember, it depends on your flow. So if you're a heavy flower, I would say 4 to 6 hours. But imagine using like other sanitary products, it would take like 2 hours for it to fill up. So yeah, that's one of the cons of using the cup. But we also have a lot of misconceptions.
Yes.
Like a lot of people think that once you start using it, it's gonna be a perfect day, no leaks or anything like that. Remember, practice makes perfect. So the more you practice, the better. And fun fact, you can also practice using it even when you're not on your period. Because it's silicone based.
Wow. Okay, I think that is a good one for us. I think what I appreciate about it is the fact that you can actually wear it for longer periods. And like you said, it depends on your flow. So I'm a heavy flower, especially on my first and second days. So I noticed that I have to change it like at least twice in a day. Because it fills up and you do have a bit of spillage or leaking. But yeah, I think once I get into the groove of things, I am good to go. And
you realize with the leakage, it's not that horrendous. It's like you're spotting. But that means your cup might be full, or again, it didn't suction. It's important for it to suction. So if it starts leaking, it might mean that it's inside of you like this.
It's not.
And it hasn't suctioned. It has 2 holes on the sides. So these holes are the suction holes. So when you remove the cup, you release the suction, and then that's when you
try and pull it.
You remove it,
Okay, so how do you know that it's suctioned?
Okay, in most cases, you can feel the pop. Some people can hear the pop. But in most cases, you can feel, like that effect, the suction effect. In most cases, you won't. So generally, I would use my fingers to navigate and feel that, it's well-rounded, it's inserted correctly. So you shouldn't be scared to go up there.
I think.
So this is what I would do, sorry. So like, for example, it's inside. I'm not sure if it popped or not. I would insert my fingers and then twist it around.
Just to feel it?
Okay. It's not painful at all. You just need to be comfortable.
I think we need to be comfortable with ourselves more than anything, and this is what this is promoting. You loving the fullness and the wholeness of who you are as a woman.
Exactly. So once you accept that, then that's when things will come naturally and easier, and your muscles will relax. So it's very important for you not to tense up, to make sure your muscles don't contract but expand. And yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for that. So Christabel, please just walk us through the Ayla reusable sanitary pads. How does one use them for their own benefit?
Alright, great. We use sanitary pads just like normal pads. They've got wings just like the normal pads. So you just round it around your underwear. So the underwear will be here.
Okay.
And then we clip it. And adjust it.
But tell me here, how comfortable is this?
You adjust it until it feels comfortable. So when it is comfortable, it will not move.
Okay, and leakage?
Alright, great. So we've used double waterproofing if you feel the materials. So there's double waterproof. There's no leakage whatsoever. So whatever that will be soiling on the pads will be on top and nothing at the bottom.
Okay, so please just walk us through the material. I see it's a different type of material, and what is so wow about this material?
Okay, we're using the soft shell, which is normally used in the baby nappies, reusable nappies.
Okay.
And then we also use the waterproof that is just after the bed cover. And then with that, we have the core layers in the middle. If you feel it, this is where the soiling of menstruation will be locked.
Okay.
And then while on top, we're using a t-shirting material that is normally used for sports. So when people play soccer, they don't get wet. They get wet, but it dries quick.
Christabel, please just tell us why you use this material.
We're using high quality materials that are normally used on the reusable nappies, so they are safe for the use of lady part. So we have used the back cover that is also waterproof. But we've got the second waterproof so that we ensure that the girls are comfortable. And with that, we've got a core layer that is thicker a bit, which is to absorb the menstruation within the pads. While with the top layer, if you look at it, it has holes, so it quickly absorbs the menstruation inside the core layer, and everything's stuck in between the core layer, and it doesn't stain through to the side. And then with that, it leaves the lady part dry at all times, even when the pad is full.
So it's breathable in essence.
Definitely, the materials are breathable.
Okay, I see markings here on the sides. Why do you have this?
Okay, we use this the kind of sewing on the pad. We call it leak lock.
Okay.
That means menstruation will start here, and once this portion it's full, then it will start spreading on the side. But this delay the spreading on the side.
Okay.
Yes, and which is very good, because then a girl will start knowing that the pad is full, they need to change it.
Awesome. Okay. Looking at the varying sizes, maybe you can take us through the sizes quickly.
Great. We have 4 different sizes. So as we started with the smaller sizes, which is the small and the medium. The reason was we're dealing with the school children, and we don't want bigger pads when they go to school so that they lose confidence. But as we continued, we realized that many of them will complain about heavy flows, and at night they don't sleep very well with the small pads because it leaks at the bag. So we came up with a solution of a large extra large. We also do have the maternity pad, which is also for the night. So the extra large and the super large, they are very nice and comfortable for the use at night, because you can go all through the night without changing a pad.
Yes, no, I definitely can attest to this. I actually use a combination of the small and the medium, so they come in handy because, like I mentioned to Khumo, I'm a heavy, I've got heavy flow, especially on my first and second day. So in conjunction, using both products, I'm sorted. Ladies, thank you for really unpacking and going into what the products entail, doing the demos and, educating people more around your products in essence. So I really want us to delve in deeper into the realities of period poverty. Khumo, maybe you can tell us a bit more about period poverty.
Did you know that 3 out of 10 young girls do not go to school at least once a week because they can't afford sanitary products? Meaning they would lose about 25% of their school year. Imagine what that can do to their education.
I mean, that reality alone is overwhelming. The mere fact that your schooling days are cut.
Yeah, they're affected.
It puts you at a disadvantage already.
Because not only are you excluded from education, your social life, community, you just feel excluded and you feel like, wow, okay, let me just drop out because what's the point of me missing school every month because I can't afford something that should be a basic human right because it's a basic need. And after finding out through research and us visiting charity homes, we found that a lot of young girls use the worst alternatives. Like they would use newspapers.
I think that breaks my heart.
Toilet papers, old rags. So it's just unhygienic and can affect them in so many different ways.
Yeah, I even read somewhere that they actually use dung.
Oh no!
Like how unhygienic is that?
Like it can cause like toxic shock syndrome.
Exactly.
A lot of infections, some cancerous. So I think that's why we are fighting this period poverty. And
I mean, at the core of it, and in essence, it's a basic human need. Let's take everything out. I mean, it's about giving a young girl dignity. As basic as that.
And that's where it begins.
Yeah.
Empowering young girls and making sure that they look forward to the future without any obstacles. I know we always compare the girl child to the boy child, but some things boys can't relate. But we also found that a lot of boys don't know much about menstrual hygiene, and it's a conversation that is very uncomfortable. But now imagine someone living with their partner. So you wouldn't talk about their period pains or any challenges that they face when they're on their period. So now you're a man, you're not part of the conversation, and that should end.
And I'm in agreement with you, and I think that's where it starts in terms of changing people's perception around mental health. So there are a whole lot of stigmas around this. Maybe you can actually go into, before we go into the stigmas, maybe unpack the financial implications of using reusable menstrual products.
What I've realized is that with the research that I've done is that disposable pads are very costly to maintain. So most families, they do not earn much. Some they live on grants, some they live on being domestic workers, which is a basic salary of about 3,000, 3.5. So if they were to choose between buying food or bread and buying sanitary pads, they definitely choose buying food because that is the first thing that will make you to go to the street. Then that means sanitary pads, it's a no-go area because they do not afford to even buy that. So with the disposable pads, the prices are between 20 25, depending on the cycle of a girl. So if they go on a period for 5 days, they end up using 2 or 3 packets of disposable pads. So while with reusable products like our products, if a child has that products, they are sustained between 5 and 10 years.
I mean, that is a big win. I mean, the mere fact that these products can carry a girl through high school.
Definitely.
I mean, what's more than that?
Even early varsity.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Until they even get their first internship so that they can be able to have options on their sanitary products.
Yes, they are self-sustained. And many people ask to say reusable products, but only to find out that if they learn about them, they start to know that these products are actually good, not only to the pocket, and also to the environment, because we throw away pads and they end up in the landfill, they end up in the drains, and it affects our country. So it is beneficial in so many ways, Khumo. And a girl child doesn't choose to be a girl. This is something that they are born with. They should not be denied to have access to. So we encourage people out there to say, join the cause, give hope to our young girls.
And I love what you just said now, because in essence, a menstrual cycle is a natural thing. It's a God-given, and it's a powerful thing that we need to embrace as women. And the reason why it was linked, or I linked it to the hiking, is because it's a natural thing. It's part of nature. It's instinct. And why the waterfalls? It's because it's flow.